If you are over 60, what I'm about to share with you could completely change the way you look at vegetables forever. Because not all vegetables are equal. Some vegetables can actively support your heart, kidneys, digestion, and even your energy levels. But others can quietly work against your health, especially if you are older, taking medications, or already dealing with conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or kidney issues. And here is something most people never realize. It is not just about eating vegetables. It is about which vegetables you choose every single day. In today's video, you will discover 3 vegetables you must include in your diet after 60, and 3 vegetables you should strongly limit or avoid. And I want you to stay until the end because the last avoid vegetable is something many seniors eat almost every week thinking it is healthy, but it may silently stress your body over time. Now, before we begin, let me be clear. This video is for educational purposes only. Always talk to your doctor or nutritionist before making changes in your diet, especially if you are on medication. Now let's begin. Why vegetable choices matter after 60. As we age, our body changes in several important ways. For example, digestion becomes slower, kidney function naturally declines, blood pressure becomes more sensitive to salt, blood sugar control becomes harder, and inflammation levels often increase. This means that food choices that were fine at age 30 or 40 may not work the same way at 60 or beyond. Vegetables are usually considered healthy, and in most cases that is true. But here is the key idea you need to understand. Healthy does not mean safe for everyone in unlimited amounts. Some vegetables contain compounds that may increase potassium too much for kidney patients, spike blood sugar more than expected, interact with medications, or cause digestive stress in older adults. That is why today's list is so important. We are not just talking about nutrition, we are talking about senior-specific health protection. Danger vegetable number 3, spinach in large amounts. Now let's talk about the first vegetable that many people think is extremely healthy. That vegetable is spinach. Spinach is rich in vitamins like A, C, and K. It also contains iron and antioxidants. So yes, it sounds perfect. But for seniors, especially those over 60, there is an important hidden issue: high oxalate content. Spinach contains something called oxalates. Oxalates can bind with calcium in the body and may contribute to kidney stone formation, reduced calcium absorption, kidney stress in sensitive individuals. Now let me be very clear. Spinach is not bad, but the problem is overconsumption, especially daily smoothies or large raw salads. Many seniors make this mistake. They drink spinach smoothies every morning thinking they are detoxing. But in reality, for some people, this may increase kidney load instead of helping it. Imagine a 68-year-old man who starts drinking spinach juice every morning. At first, he feels healthy, but after a few months, he begins experiencing mild back discomfort, frequent urination changes, fatigue, and occasional kidney stone symptoms. He assumes it is aging, but in many cases, diet plays a role. Better way to eat spinach. Instead of removing spinach completely, here is a safer approach. Cook it lightly instead of eating raw daily. Mix with other greens like cabbage or lettuce. Avoid large daily smoothies. Keep portions moderate, not excessive. Now, spinach is only the beginning, because the next vegetable is something many seniors eat almost every day thinking it helps their heart. But for some people, it may actually create hidden risks for blood pressure and kidney balance. And most doctors will not warn you about this in detail unless symptoms already appear. Let's move to vegetable number 2. Danger vegetable number 2, potatoes, especially fried or reheated. Now let's move to a vegetable that surprises almost everyone, because technically it is natural, widely available, and often part of daily meals. That vegetable is potatoes. Potatoes are not bad in themselves. They contain potassium, vitamin C, and fiber, especially when eaten with the skin. But here is where the problem begins for people over 60. High glycemic impact. Potatoes can quickly turn into sugar inside the body. This means they can raise blood sugar rapidly, increase insulin demand, cause energy crashes later, stress metabolic balance in older adults. For seniors with pre-diabetes or diabetes, this becomes even more important. The hidden sugar effect. Many people think only sweets increase blood sugar, but potatoes behave similarly to white bread in the body, especially when mashed, fried, or overcooked. The body breaks them down very fast. Imagine a 70-year-old woman who eats mashed potatoes daily at dinner. She feels full and satisfied, but over time, her blood sugar readings start rising. She feels sleepy after meals. Her doctor adjusts medication. She never suspected potatoes could be part of the issue, but in reality, portion and preparation matter a lot. Fried potatoes are the biggest risk. French fries, chips, and fried potato dishes introduce another problem: trans fats plus high salt plus high carbs. This combination may increase blood pressure, heart strain, weight gain, inflammation. For seniors, this combination is especially harmful over time. Healthier way to eat potatoes. You do not need to completely remove potatoes. Instead, boil instead of fry. Eat smaller portions. Combine with protein, like eggs or chicken. Avoid daily consumption. Balance is key. Potatoes are not dangerous, but frequency and preparation decide their impact. Now, the next vegetable is even more controversial. Because unlike potatoes, which are at least widely known to raise blood sugar, this next vegetable is often labeled as super healthy in advertisements, health blogs, and even diet plans. But for seniors, there is a hidden concern that very few people talk about, and it involves your heart, blood pressure, and sodium balance. Let's move to vegetable number 1 you should limit or avoid after 60. Danger vegetable number 1. Canned and processed vegetables. Now we arrive at the most misunderstood category of vegetables, and this is not just one vegetable, it is a group. Canned vegetables, pickled vegetables, highly processed packaged vegetable mixes. Many seniors assume, if it is a vegetable, it must be healthy. But that is not always true, because what matters is not only the vegetable itself, it is how it is stored, processed, and preserved. The hidden sodium problem. One of the biggest issues with canned vegetables is high sodium content. Sodium is used to preserve food, extend shelf life, enhance taste. But for seniors, excess sodium can lead to high blood pressure, water retention, swelling in legs and feet, increased heart strain, kidney stress. Many people unknowingly consume more sodium from canned foods than from salt they add at home. Real-life example. Imagine a 72-year-old man who eats canned vegetables almost daily because they are easy and healthy. He doesn't add extra salt to his meals, but over time he notices swelling in ankles, rising blood pressure, shortness of breath while walking. He is confused because he thinks he is eating healthy food, but the hidden sodium in canned vegetables is silently contributing. Loss of natural nutrients. Another issue is processing. During canning, some vitamins are reduced, texture is changed, fiber quality can decrease, additives may be included. So while canned vegetables are convenient, they are often less nutrient-dense than fresh ones. Better alternatives. Instead of canned vegetables, use fresh vegetables when possible. If using canned, rinse thoroughly before cooking. Choose low sodium or no salt added options. Combine with fresh greens for balance. Canned vegetables are not poison, but for seniors, frequency and sodium content make a big difference. Now that you've seen the 3 vegetables that seniors should be careful with, I want to be very clear about something important. This video is not about fear. It is about awareness. Because when you understand how food interacts with your body after 60, you gain more control over your health than most people realize. But here is where things get even more interesting. Because we are now going to switch from avoid foods to something much more powerful. The 3 vegetables you should eat every single week for better energy, heart health, and digestion. And the first one is something your doctor has probably already recommended, but most people still don't eat enough of it. Let's begin. 3 vegetables you must eat. Vegetable number 1. You must eat leafy greens, spinach, kale, collard greens. Now let's talk about the first and most powerful group of vegetables for seniors. Leafy green vegetables. These include spinach, in moderation, as discussed earlier, kale, collard greens, mustard greens. These vegetables are extremely important after 60 because they support heart health. Leafy greens contain potassium, nitrates, antioxidants. These help support healthy blood pressure, better circulation, reduced heart strain, brain function. Leafy greens are linked with slower cognitive decline, better memory support, reduced inflammation in the brain. Even small daily servings can make a difference over time. Bone strength. They also contain vitamin K, calcium, magnesium. These nutrients support stronger bones, reduced fracture risk, better mobility in older age. Best way to eat: lightly steamed, cooked with olive oil, mixed with lentils or eggs. Avoid excessive raw intake if digestion is weak. Vegetable number 2. You must eat carrots. Now let's talk about a simple vegetable that is often underestimated. Carrots. Carrots are rich in beta-carotene, vitamin A, fiber, vision support. Carrots are well known for supporting eye health, night vision, reduced age-related vision decline. This is especially important after 60, when eye health naturally weakens. Immune support. Vitamin A plays a role in strengthening immune defenses, supporting skin health, reducing infection risk. Digestive health. Carrots provide gentle fiber, better bowel movement support, improved gut balance. Best way to eat: lightly cooked, soups, stews, fresh grated in salads, mixed with other vegetables. Vegetable number 3. You must eat broccoli. Now we come to one of the most powerful vegetables for long-term health. Broccoli. Broccoli is rich in sulforaphane, vitamin C, fiber, antioxidants, natural detox support. Broccoli contains compounds that help support liver detox function, cellular protection, reduction of oxidative stress, heart health support, improve cholesterol balance, support blood vessel health, reduce inflammation. And best way to eat: light steaming stir-fry with olive oil, added to soups or rice dishes. Now let's bring everything together. Vegetables to be careful with: spinach in excess, potatoes, especially fried or large portions, canned and processed vegetables. Vegetables to eat more often: leafy greens, carrots, broccoli. But remember something very important. It is not about fear. It is about balance. It is about awareness. Because after 60, your body is more sensitive to salt, sugar, processing, medication interactions. So small daily choices become very powerful over time. If you are watching this and you are over 60 or caring for someone who is, remember this: you do not need extreme diets. You do not need expensive supplements. You only need consistency in simple, natural food choices. And sometimes, the simplest vegetables can make the biggest difference in long-term health.